guys, it is 3:15 in the afternoon. It is December the 4th. I just paid my credit card bill this morning. Um, that's Nala, by the way. Speedo's over there, being cute as usual, sleeping. They look like Tasmanian devils, their ears, when they're sleeping. Sorry, I know they're not, but um, you're probably wondering, if you followed my YouTube videos, you'll probably know that I've been blabbing about not being able to pay this bill, starting from when the vet bill occurred, and then the plumbing bill. So you guys probably, if you watched my videos, you would know that. So you're probably wondering how the heck I managed to pay the bill. Well, I talked to my mother. There was a portion of money that I was supposed to divert every month, 125, and at the end of the year, it would be 1,500. It was supposed to be contributed to a savings account that would actually, the government of my province would put in 3,500 if I'm able to meet the 1,500 deposit by December 31st of every year. So every year I stand to save $5,000. This year I wasn't able to because it's my first year alone, and January, February, March, and April, there's not enough hours that after I pay my cell phone bill that I would have 125 sitting there to pay this on top of getting groceries. So I didn't put anything aside. And then having 4 months of nothing to spend, really. And then I got a pet I bought a pet hamster in May, and then I got a couple more, and I just never really got around to making up the missed payments. So I was short about $500 from January to April, 125 times 4. So I never put that aside. And then I got Speedo, and then I had to neuter him. And so I never got to put any aside for this current month and the one to make up for the 500 that's short. So I did have the money put aside, but it's going towards the vet bill. So basically, I couldn't use it to make up for the missed payment. I actually put aside $500 when I sold my Lego. So I could have made the year-end deadline, but if I did that, then the problem is I stand to make money on my savings plan, but I'm going to end up owing them so much money on my credit card side because I can't physically meet the minimum payment. That's the problem. I don't make enough in January to April to meet the minimum payment plus the interest that I'm paying. So if I pay off the interest portion, sure, but I'm not going to be making a dent if I only pay the interest. And of course, if I'm paying the interest, then I won't have anything left to spend for groceries. So then I'll be putting that on my credit card. So it's not doable, is what I'm saying. So I talked to my mom and I said, since I can't make the deadline December 31st, would it be okay with her? Because, I mean, it isn't up to her, but I just wanted her opinion. I said, would it be all right if I just end up diverting the money from the money I put aside and use it to pay this problem first? Because the vet bill was never planned, okay? I could have dealt with the $300 that I couldn't pay off on this statement on my own. That's fine. I could do it within this 1 month. But the vet bill was not planned. The cat carrier was not planned. That wasn't very much, but it isn't planned. And the plumbing bill wasn't planned either. So these are bills that I never anticipated and never had any intention of where the funds were coming from. So it was totally, there's no planning involved. It just happened, So I just decided that rather than just deposit what I've saved, which is about 800 and something, out of 1,500. So I saved half. So I managed to save every month that came after April. But the first couple of months I never caught up on. And the last month, this month, and November, I never did. So November and December, so I'm short 6 payments, so exactly half. So I just decided to divert the money and pay off this bill. So my bill was, I think, hold on. Let's see what it says. I wrote it down. It was crazy. Okay, my total up until today, my bill was actually only $1,300. But I have 7 items outstanding, and when they get posted, so right now they're pending. They haven't been, they haven't gone through yet on my card. So I don't officially owe them that money yet. But once they do, my real total is not $1,300. It's going to be $1,963.02. So we're about $40 short of $2,000. So it's quite a lot. I borrowed $711.69 from my savings that I put aside for this annual deposit that I make, contribution, um, which is okay. Um, it's better to do this and then just January, February, March, and April try to save as much as I can, even a couple dollars, um, and then catch up as soon as possible. Don't leave it till the last minute. So probably in May, June, and July, I'll still have to put like a little bit aside gradually and try to make up for it. Probably about 70. I'll probably try to do it over a span of 4 months, 4 to 5 months, instead of just all at once, like within a month or two. But it really depends on the hours at work. But based on the trend that's happening, every year seems to be less. And then this year, the stupid supervisor or whatever hired someone, and I was totally against it. Like everybody's totally against it. It wasn't well thought out on their part, but they're idiots. Our store's run by idiots. I'm sorry to say. It really is. Ever since we had a whole complete makeover in the management team, it seems like the store's run by idiots. But that's just my opinion. I mean, the guys are great. The people are great. It's just that I don't know what got in their head when they thought it was a great idea to hire people when there's not enough hours to satisfy the people that are currently employed. So it's not like there's not enough people to do the shifts. It's just that they wanted to hire people. Like, they're just idiots. Everyone's working 3 days a week or less, and they're hiring an extra person instead of giving those extra 4 shifts to that person and split it between the people that are already hired. It's really stupid. So this Christmas, there would have been extra hours if we didn't hire someone. It doesn't make any sense. These people are absolute idiots that run our store. And so, no offense to my company, but at the rate we're going, eventually this store, this business will, like this actual company is going to shut down. The prices keep going up. People keep stop buying. More theft happens. And then the prices go up even more. They keep hiring people and people keep leaving. There's less and less people that know how to do the job. And their training periods get shorter and shorter because of budget cuts. So it's really stupid. But anyway, I did pay the bill. This kind of frees up everything. So what I plan to do, because originally I was going to only borrow whatever I needed, after taking into account nearly all of my December's pay. So I have 2 paychecks in December plus the January one, which is the payout from the last week of December that I worked. So after that, though, in January, whatever I make in January, the hours will be paid out in February, right? Somewhere. It's always delayed by one paycheck, right? So it's going to be quite low, my paychecks. But the first one in January is very misleading, thinking, it's all good, but it isn't. So what I figured is I'm going to try not to spend much if possible. I do have a couple things planned for these guys, though. And hopefully it will tie me over most of the months because I don't plan to order every month. I'm going to try and talk to the lady that I'm buying this stuff from between January and April if it's possible to combine shipment. So basically I'll just order the stuff from her, but could she just hang on to it until there's like four bags of wood and then just ship it out under one shipping cost? Because otherwise I'm paying $20 to ship out 1 pound when it could cost me about the same, $10 plus the wood, which comes out to about $50 for 4 pounds. So I wouldn't be paying shipping every single time because the shipping covers quite a lot of weight, but I'm not ordering enough stuff. So that's one thing, but I have to think about it. If basically by doing this, by borrowing the entire amount instead of only a portion, it frees up 3 paychecks, and so about $600 to $800, give or take. So out of there, I'm gonna try and just work with 200 for this month. I'm just gonna work with about 200. Usually, my petty, if I work at least 7 shifts every 2 weeks, which is 14 shifts a month, I can bring home about almost 600. So, but recently with the new hire that we had, which is stupid, like I said, I only work about 6 shifts, so I'm making a little over 500. So out of that, if I am to make the monthly contribution thing, which I would like to start doing right now if I possibly can, I would like to put aside 500 out of whatever I make in December. So up until the January paycheck. And then everything left over will be for whatever I want to spend it on, myself or them. But that was the plan. That if I'm able to put aside 500 in December, It would be so good because then I wouldn't have to worry about January, February, March, and April. But I don't know. I have to look into just how much hours we're getting because I don't know. Uh, if I ran the business, I wouldn't do it that way. But you know, I don't run the business, and frankly, I wouldn't want to be in that position because I have a feeling the person that hired it wasn't even his idea. I know the person that does the actual scheduling, and I don't. He's not that kind of person. He's actually really nice. And he's intelligent, like really bright. I don't think he would have done that because anyone that's got an ounce of brain would foresee that that's not a very smart move to hire more people when there's a shortage of hours, because it just makes people internally within your department upset. And then work production kind of falls because people are upset. There's more conflict. There's just more net complaints and stuff like that. The store used to be really good to work at. London Drugs used to be a really good store, really good company to work for. In the past 4 years, though, things have declined quite a bit. I think basically with the economy, and then they just basically promote people too fast. And we've had some people that were promoted that have no idea how to even do their job and our own jobs, our jobs, which is below them. So they just went instantly got hired as a manager or assistant manager or supervisor, and they have no clue how to do their job or how to tell us how to do our job. And they would actually come up to you and ask you, so what are you doing exactly, and how do you go about doing that? Like, they have absolutely no clue how we do our job. I mean, you're supposed to be in charge of the people below you. If you don't even know what they're supposed to do, how are you in charge of them? I could tell you whatever I wanted to tell you, and you would just take it and run with it. It's so stupid. Our store's clueless. It's okay. We can't all be intelligent like Nala. Ooh. Anywho, I'm happy I paid off the bill. I know I have been absent quite a bit. I've been quite busy on this forum trying to find out some stuff. And I've been a little lost in thought with the payment thing. But I paid it all off. I might have to get them a rug. I noticed a couple spots of I don't know what. I cleaned it off, but you can still faintly see a dot. It just looks like shadows. I think she sprayed. I think she sprayed urine. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. I don't know, but if I see more of this instance of this, then I will be getting them a rug. It's those children car rugs, the toy car ones. They're usually gray. They're about, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet long, about by 2 feet. And they're about 14 something at my store, and I get 18%. But I really don't want to buy it because, I just paid my thing to zero. I don't want to start owing them money again. Well, I wouldn't owe them. But another thing is that from now until at least April, whatever I put on my card, I would like to physically have the funds in my account to pay it. So I'm not going to, usually that's how I did it, but whenever I get new pets, I generally don't, and then something happens and it gets out of hand. So I normally, though, on a day-to-day basis, I normally do not put anything on my card that I don't actually have the funds to pay at a moment's notice, which is a really good way to use your credit card. It's the more responsible way, but I get really out of control when I get these kind of things. So I got to go back to the basics and just remember that the credit card is just, for my intention of the credit card is to get points, which I can redeem for free gift cards. My point of using the credit card is not to spend money that I don't have, because then you can't repay it and then you really get into big trouble with these guys. And you end up owing them way more than you would have, if you had just waited a week or two until you got paid. It's really not worth it. It isn't. And this current bill would have been a perfect example. I would have spent over $400 in interest trying to pay it off in 6 months because I don't have the physical funds to pay it. Even to meet the minimum payment, it wouldn't make a dent because the minimum payment only covers the interest. I couldn't cover anything after the interest part, so it's not a smart thing to get into. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go upload.